Does someone who beats a defenseless girl almost to death strike you as a good person? Probably not. And yet, Rudo would fall into that category. Does that make him a monster? Or just human? When I started analyzing Rudo's psychology, I realized something strange. He's not cruel, he's not evil, he's actually good. But there's something inside him, something very deep, that keeps dragging him toward violence. It's not malice, it's pain. And that pain, if left to rot long enough, becomes anger. To understand that anger, we have to start where it began. Rudo never really had it easy. His parents weren't just criminals, they were abusive. They left him with wounds so severe that a broken hand would feel like nothing in comparison. And because of his family's past, everyone in his sphere already decided what he was, a monster's son. You'd think the world would cut him some slack. He was just a kid after all. But in a world divided between the rich and the slums, mercy doesn't exist. The poor are seen as dirty, disposable. Rudo's injuries weren't treated as a tragedy, but as proof of his supposed filth. The only person who ever saw him as a human was Recto, his caregiver, the one who gave him the gloves that dulled his pain, just enough to live with it. For a while, that small kindness was enough to keep him going, but even that was stolen from him. Recto was murdered, and Rudo was framed for the crime. The one good thing he had was used to destroy him. He was thrown into the pit, or the abyss, for something he didn't do. And that's where his anger finally took root, like when he was beating on that defenseless girl. At first glance, it looks unforgivable, but if we look closer, his reaction is almost understandable. That same girl wasn't always defenseless. She ambushed his new group after they took him in. People, called the cleaners by the way, who finally treated him like he mattered. She almost killed them by using her power to show visions of the loved ones they'd lost. Rudo saw the girl he once fell for, the same one who didn't believe in him when he was framed, standing in front of him again. That hit something raw. Was it right to beat her? Of course not. But was it human? Absolutely. Because Rudo learned something that day. Patience, kindness, endurance, all the things Recto taught him, didn't save him from the world's cruelty. He tried to be good, and the world threw him away anyway. So when his anger exploded, it wasn't born out of hate. It was born out of pain. The pain never left. It just found new ways to speak. And the moment he realized he went too far, the same pain shifted to regret. Shortly after, Engine, his new mentor, confronted him about what he did. And the moment he heard it out loud, Rudo realized he'd messed up. He explained himself, where he came from, what triggered him, but deep down, he regretted letting his anger take control. And that moment says a lot about who Rudo really is. He's not a bad person, not even close. He's someone who deeply cherishes the people who let him in, who make him feel like he belongs. The problem is, he just doesn't know how to show it yet. He's still a kid, trying to figure out how to be good in a world that's never rewarded him for that. So when he tries to be kind, it comes out awkward. When he tries to care, it comes out loud. He's grumpy, rough around the edges, but he means well. And what saves him again and again is guidance. Engine and the rest of the cleaners don't just train him, they understand him. They see behind Rudo's temper is someone who's still trying, someone who just needs the right people around him to remind him who he really is. If you strip away the world of Gachiakuta, Rudo's story isn't that far from ours. We've all had moments where we wanted to lash out, where pain spoke louder than reason. Anger is an emotion that's way too familiar. It's primal, it's raw, and it shows up in different ways. Sometimes it's just a spark. Psychologists call it an effect. Like when you can't find your keys in the morning and for a second you just want to throw something. It's quick, it's intense, but it fades. When anger becomes a part of you, when it builds over time, it stops being a spark. It becomes an emotion. It starts living in your body, shaping how you see the world. And that kind of anger doesn't go away on its own. People like Rudo, who've had to swallow their rage since childhood, taking hits from parents, mockery from classmates, and rejections from everyone they try to love, they don't just feel anger, they carry it. So when they finally explode, it's not random, it's release. And that's the thing about anger, it's rarely baseless. For some, like Rudo, it comes from injustice. For others, it curdles into something darker, the kind that destroys lives. Anger itself isn't evil. It's a signal, a sign that something isn't right. But if you ignore it or let it rot inside you, it starts to own you. So if you ever feel the kind of fury, the one that stays long after the moment's gone, don't just bury it. Talk about it. Let someone in, because the moment you share it starts to lose control over you. Anger doesn't have to destroy you. It can actually build you. Use it as an engine, not an explosion. Let it fuel your focus, your drive, your art. Turn it into something that makes sense of the chaos. Something beautiful maybe, just like Rudo's learning to. If you're into this kind of character analysis stuff, I've actually got a free school community where we talk about it more. It's really chill. I check in there, answer questions, and we go over stuff that doesn't always make it into the videos. Links in the description if you want to join. If not, also cool. You can just sub to the channel and like the video, which also costs nothing, by the way. This was Phil from Shinpo Academy. See you in the next one. You might also like it, so you may as well click on it. Peace out.